Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reason. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, guys, you know what to do here. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and drop a comment. All the persons who are coming back, thank you guys so much for coming back to another video. You know what? You guys are who make this community what it is, and enough blessings, enough respect. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. As I said, welcome back to another reasoning. Of course, it's a sit-down video for you guys today, and in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys the real reason why I left Jamaica. Now, is a topic that a lot of you guys have been always asking, like, why did you leave Jamaica for Canada? And even persons in Canada are always asking me, like, yo, why would you leave such a beautiful country to come to a country that, you know, is cold and, you know, different challenges and stuff like that? And, you know, sometimes the answer is different based on different persons, but I'm going to tell you the reasons why I did it, right? Now, I know that many of you guys watching this video are from Jamaica, and if you guys are not from Jamaica, just a little background. I am now living in Canada, but I migrated from the beautiful island of Jamaica, right? So hopefully you guys can relate if you're from a different country, especially if you're watching from the Caribbean, because most Caribbean countries are very similar. So but if you can't relate, just listen to the reasoning, and hopefully you guys can still pick some substance from the conversation, right? Now, one of the biggest thing that I want people to know is that for the average person, like the average young person like myself, Jamaica is home, and Jamaica will always be home, right? It doesn't matter how many years, or it doesn't matter how much accomplishment we get overseas, we still consider ourselves to be Jamaicans, fundamentally, right? And with that being said, a lot of persons who migrate don't migrate because they want to migrate. They migrate because they are looking on the future of themselves and the future of their family members, them kids, them spouse, the extended family. You understand? Because as we know, things tough are hard. You understand? Things is very rough in Jamaica. Talking for myself, because some persons watching this, probably you guys are in Jamaica and things are not rough, which is okay. I mean, different social classes, right? But for me personally, it got to a stage where I felt as if I had used up all my energy trying to succeed, and I didn't feel as if, and this is just me, I didn't feel as if the country was really rewarding me back for my efforts, right? Like, I mean, like, go to school, excel in school, you know, you're left with the CXCs, you do little college, you're qualified, you're future minded, you're stable, but you're stable in your mindset, and you know you're ambitious. And for many of us guys, like, we try to look a job, and we try to get a good job, but the truth of the matter is that's not always possible for many of us. So because of that reasons, many of us decide to look for opportunities outside of Jamaica. And what I realize is that for persons who are future, like ambitious and goal oriented, is like, we don't stop at nothing to succeed. You understand? Now, I remember listening to the news a couple of weeks ago, and I decided not to comment on it really, in terms of I think the government, I don't remember which side and whatever, it's not a politics watch, but in terms of was talking about brain drain, and the fact that Jamaica has one of the biggest brain drain in the rate in the world, and I was very, very shocked, but not surprised. And I remember hearing like a couple things in the media about like persons who migrate don't love their country, persons who migrate don't want to contribute to the economy of their country, and stuff like that. And I found it very disappointed for persons. I don't know who said it. I found it very disappointed for persons to, you know, mention that in the media, because, to be honest, I can talk for myself. I love my country, and every Jamaican who I've met overseas, both in Canada and in other countries, them love them country, right? I mean, we love the country, but the opportunities are not there for everyone, and that is just a cold hard facts. And furthermore, remittance is one of the biggest income or revenue driver in Jamaica. So you can't denounce immigration or migration, sorry. You can't denounce migration and embrace remittance. It's like yin and yang. You understand, the two opposite. You have to either cut out both or embrace both kind of thing. So I found that very disappointing, and I just want to say that. And many people watching this video right now want to leave Jamaica for similar reasons. They just want a better future. And even though you might migrate to a country like Canada or to the US or to the UK or to whichever country, Australia or to whatever country, we all have the same dream. We all have the same goal, which is to create a better future for ourselves and, you know, for our family members. And that's just how it is, guys. That's just how it is. Now, I can talk on behalf of myself and for many youths, because I've met a lot of youths and persons like, we feel like, say, like you reach a roadblock sometimes. Like you push out so many efforts. It's like I've known persons who send out like over hundreds of resumes, qualified people send out so many resumes, and you know the opportunities is just not there. And even when they do get an opportunity, the room for growth is stagnant because a number of reasons. Like many persons like the country has developed a reputation that is not what you know but who you know, and that is just the reputation that is developed, and that is not a good thing for young people who are progressive and who don't know nobody, because a lot of us guys in Jamaica, we grew up in volatile communities where you're stigmatized against. And like talking for myself, I grew up in a very volatile community in Spanish Town, and like many places, they, as soon as them see a resume, they automatically form an opinion and say, oh, that you're this person or you're that person, when really and truly you're just an ambitious youth trying to make it out. And a lot of persons watching this video right now are in a similar positions. You are being judged and stigmatized against based on where you come from, and that's not fair. So a lot of persons, especially persons who come from backgrounds similar to myself, seek opportunities outside of Jamaica because there's no judgment. You are judged based on your work ethics, you're judged based on your experience, you're judged based on your qualification, which is what it should be, right? You're not judged based on, if you know this person, or if this person know your mother, or if this person know your family member, or if you went to school with that person, or anything of the sort. It shouldn't be that. No, I understand that the saying is true that your network determines your net worth, which means that it doesn't matter which country you are in the world, knowing somebody of affluence, of influence, will definitely be a positive in any scenario, right? But for it to be taking prevalence over qualification, over ability to do the job, over experience, and just simple stuff like that, it shouldn't be the driving force, right? And that is one of the reasons why I am here right now, trying to just make a better life. And things not perfect because there's no perfect society. And as I said, we all love Jamaica, and like the first thing you miss when you leave Jamaica is the Jamaican food and Jamaican culture and the weather and the beaches and your friends and the family. And many of us who migrate, we end up in a country and we become very lonely and we become very depressed, and we feel like we're making a mistake, and there's just a lot of psychological effects that goes with migrating, and these are just the hard truth. So the point of the matter is, it's not easy migrating. People don't just want to run well of them country and come into a country to be a third-class citizen because of no reason, right? The reasons are for young people, for young ambitious people like myself. I didn't feel like my country was supporting me in ways that I needed to be supported in order to garner my talent, to garner my to just push forward. I felt like I was at a roadblock, and you're having a family, you're having kids, and but not even talk about the socio-economic issues like the culture of violence and crime and corruption and stuff like that. I'm not even talk about that because many of those factors exist in many other countries. So I'm not even talking about that. I'm more talking about development as an individual. I'm more talking about growth as an individual, just an average citizen who want to excel and make it through the social class that we spoke about earlier in the conversation. We want to take it from a lower class to a middle class, and then hopefully you can work enough to leave from a middle class and then reach up in the upper class. And that's all we want to do. All we want to do is to be able to like feed yourself, feed your family, put clothes on your back, decent clothes on your back, live in an amicable way where you have a nice roof over your head, you're comfortable. The basic needs, you don't have to be worrying about it. You don't have to be worrying about the basic physiological needs, right? Your food, clothing, shelter, stuff like that. You don't want to worry about that. You want that covered, and then you worry about like self-growth and self-development and stuff like that. So I believe that those are things that our country need to work on in order to keep youths in Jamaica, to make it more attractive for educated and smart and ambitious Jamaicans to stay and to invest and to innovate and to create a better economy so that persons can have more jobs and then ultimately things will prosper, right? But in a situation like this where most educated minds are leaving Jamaica, then what is happening to the point that Jamaica has one of the biggest brain drain rates in the world? That is crazy, guys. That is signs that something is not going right. That is signs that something is going wrong. And of course we love a country, and of course, talking for myself, of course we wish we were able to stay and feel safe and grow and develop in our own country without seeking opportunities outside of Jamaica, right? Because that is our homeland. That is where we were born. That's a fully one. Nobody can take that from we. You understand? So for many Jamaicans, you have Jamaicans who are in like Germany. You have Jamaicans who are in Switzerland, Sweden, US, Canada, England, all over the world, who is going through so many different things that they don't have to be going through in Jamaica, but in order to grow, in order to succeed, in order to develop, them go through it. You understand? Them go through it because at the end of the day, you're thinking about a better tomorrow. So you're sacrificing today for a better tomorrow. And that is what a lot of persons do when they migrate. Because migration doesn't mean that things are perfect. It doesn't mean that things always work out the way you envision. But the point of the matter is, it comes down back to opportunities. Create more opportunities for positive outcomes, right? And I strongly believe that if there were enough opportunities for everyone, because there are opportunities, so many of you guys who benefit from opportunities are going to say, there are opportunities. But the point of the matter is, there are not enough opportunities. Like, for example, you have so many teachers' colleges in Jamaica who graduate so many prospective teachers every year, and then when you look on the schools that are hiring teachers, they can't hire everybody, right? It's like literally impossible. It's literally impossible to hire everybody. It's the same thing in most fields. Like, you have so many students graduate from UTech, UA, NCU, UCC, community colleges in Jamaica, who leave hopeful, who leave qualified. But the point of the matter is, there's just not enough jobs for qualified people. And that is just the bottom line. Now, I believe that if there were enough opportunities for these people who invest so much in themselves to go to school, to get themselves qualified, then a lot of these persons would stay and invest and develop and ultimately creating a better economy. You understand? Now, that is one of the biggest reasons why I decided that I wanted to seek opportunities overseas, because I didn't want to be a part of the status quo. I didn't want to gamble. Even though anything you do is a gamble, honestly speaking, anything you do is a gamble, 100%. But I believe that with ambition, you have to match ambition with opportunities. Because as I was saying to my wife this morning when I was taking her to work, a demotivated employee is just as bad as a bad employee. Because when an employee is demotivated and don't feel like they're being valued, or don't feel like they're being embraced, or feel like there's enough opportunities for growth and development, then that same employee is gonna not give them best to the organization. It's the same thing with a country. When the youths don't feel like there's enough opportunities to grow, to develop, and especially talking about ambitious youths now, we're not talking about youths who go to college only, because you have some very ambitious people who just never get what? The opportunity to go to college. So talking about ambitious people who just want to grow and develop, if there's enough opportunities for these people to succeed, for these people to live and cover them basic physiological needs and being able to see a future, I believe that brain drain will slow down. But anyways, that's a conversation for probably another time, probably for another channel, which I'm going to get into, guys. So I'm about to start my podcast channel. Them Stock is the name of the channel. We are going to be talking about all these issues that I just spoke about on this channel. I just wanted to give you guys like an idea of some of the topics that we'll touch. If you guys like this kind of content, guys, don't hesitate to smash that like button, smash that like button, smash that like button. Subscribe to DiAndersons, guys. This is where I share all my Canadian experience with you wonderful people, so you guys can see the bad and the indifferent of being in Canada, especially as an immigrant, right? So subscribe to this channel, of course. Now, the other channel will be up and running. You guys will hear about it pretty soon. I'm currently working on getting my setup, my mics, everything you need for a podcast, and then we get it going. I understand, guys? Thank you so much for the love. Thank you guys so much for the support. Until next time, guys, bless up on yourself. Oh, before we leave, take care of your mental health. It's very, very important, guys. I was watching a channel, by the way. I'm gonna shout him out because he's a guy who I really rate, Dale Elliott, Bossier's podcast. Go and go subscribe to that channel, by the way. I was listening to one of his podcasts and was talking about mental illness and the importance of taking care of your mental health, and just how easy it is for you to leave from a sane person to an insane person. So don't take it for granted, guys. Take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, and remember that what? Health is wealth. Big up on yourself, guys. See you guys in the next video.